You guys see that? Look at that UI. You build anything you want. And to rotate them. I put a thruster here and I get inside this ship and start moving down. Can't move down yet because I don't have a battery. Place a battery on the ship. Now we're cooking. Look at that thrust. Then we're going to build a thruster on the bottom so we can slow down. Let's pump the brakes. Now what if we want to go left and right? Where there's a will, there's a way. Let's get going somewhere. Let's go to the gold piece. Oh man, our battery's almost dead. Slowing down. Looks like it's over there. We're stuck floating in space with no power. Let's build another battery. Keep moving. Almost there. Bam, we got it. You can even build ships while you're moving. And like jump ship. Like in the movie about the pirates. I gotta say we're moving down like this. I can get out of the ship and then just start building a new one right here. It'll have the same velocity as me. Bam, I've got a new ship. Let's destroy this one. Champions have to have the skill and the will, but the will must be stronger than the skill. Muhammad Ali. You know, listen to this guy, he's going to beat you up. Look at him. Got the will. Right now, this is kind of the best ship you can build. You can move in any direction. 4 degrees of freedom, you got plenty of power. And then when you want to get more power, like you run out of battery, you just delete and then like rebuild the battery. I don't like whenever there's like a niche that's super powerful. It means something about the game design is wrong. It's kind of like an evolution when one creature gets super good. There's gotta always be like a contention, a conflict, like shit to do. 2 main reasons why that ship is possible. Ships don't break apart when there's a gap. That's pretty big. You know, if when you deleted this battery piece, the ship broke apart into 4 separate ships, each of the thrusters being their own ships, you would be forced to devise a better mechanism for replacing the battery. And that's interesting. Number 2, there's no harm to the player ever. Like no seat. You know, like this is what we need. Like an ejection seat and a real player, flesh and blood, no vampire. And that way the ship design gets a lot more interesting. Like where would I put the seat on here so that I can eject quickly in case the ship's getting blown up or attacked, right? So here's the new to-do. Break apart ships when gap and make the player physical with pilot seat. This is looking pretty good. Looking at yesterday, we did get everything done that we wanted to get done. We got the battery pieces done and the thruster placing. Let's add these 2 things. Solar pieces and sun, and then planets. This plus better graphics is, as ship time, means it's in your hands. There's a rough timeline of when these things should get done, according to my estimations, my calculations. And this paint is amazing, dude. Look at this. Infinite canvas right there. Boom. Now we need gathering, resources. The one-dimensionality of this bar is kind of boring. It's not very beautiful. I mean, maybe that's just because it solves the problem of inventory management for you. And maybe I actually kind of liked the inventory management. Not necessarily when it's like a grid, but the aspect of finding a rarer ore is really cool. Like I want really good parts that are rare somehow. If not through an inventory system, then through something else. Like I want you to find a really rare thing that like gets you the warp component. And not rare in that you have to go digging for hours and then you'll just randomly find it, but rare in that it's like hard to get. Like you got to kill some super big boss. And so apart from this opaque matter energy bar, there needs to be something else. Something that paves the way for this like rare powerful energy or rare powerful item component. Like hard to get. Possible. That needs to be possible. I gotta stop saying the word rare. I do not want this game to be Space Engineers. You know, in Space Engineers, you'll need like silicon or something. And you just can't find that shit like anywhere. Or you need to search for hours. It's like, oh, you don't have the materials. Now you just gotta look around forever for no reason. And it's not even interesting. The things like barium. You know, in this game, I gotta have a solution for that. I think that I'm gonna think about this more once the planets are implemented. And there's some more playtesting. But I did have this idea. It's a dangerous idea. The game will be too addicting. You guys know this game. A little alchemy. You combine these elements, right? Sea, sand, desert, whatever. And you get more and more complex things until you build everything. This game's cool. We got water, fire, combine them, steam. What if there's some shit like that in this game? Where you have like some kind of combiner block. And then like mud and like enemy pink sludge. And you throw them into this thing. And then you get like a super cool base block you can start building a ship out of. I think a system like this might be really cool. Because then when you find a new kind of like dropped sludge, you start thinking like, how does this combine with all the other shit I have? You know, once you get steam in this, you start thinking like, how does this combine with like fire and earth? Like, what does this shit build up to? And then I'm hoping that like you'll have the ability to build ships around this combiner block. Like you'll have the combiner block down here and then automatically squirt these materials into the combiner block and like build weapons out of this combiner. Like if fire and water combine to make steam, You build like a fire dispenser and a water dispenser, and it throws it into this thing when you like click a button on your ship, and then it shoots out steam, and it's like a super unique weapon you like chemically engineered. That would be fucking sick. This is after the planets, though. We have our to-do list for now. Our schedule is packed. Just as a side note, there's these like YouTube channels that analyze like housing and shit and like government. You know, Wendover Productions. These guys give such a thorough account of our global system. I don't understand why they don't just pick one of these YouTubers and like make them president or some shit. Because they're just putting so much thought into it. You know, they like care because they're interested, not because they want power. Like you get one of these guys who pull up like the graphs, shit will be fine. Anyways, that's all I got for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like and subscribe.